Real talk.
I love wrestling more than I love music.
You love wrestling more than music.
Real talk.
We're all family. Even though we aren't blood,
Right.
we all come from the same roots.
Real talk.
It's like pedals.
Oh my
Bicycle
God.
pedals has big lips.
Oh my God. Oh, God.
They just didn't care.
Real talk. Brought to you by Rocks TV and Throwdown Theater. Here's your hosts, Cruising the Barrio.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Real Talk. Yes, Real Talk. Now, you may have clicked Wrestling Real Talk wherever you're at, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, all of that cool stuff. We're still Wrestling Real Talk, but we're more Real Talk. We're talking more than just wrestling, and we are going to consider this episode 1, 001. That's right, 001. You are a part of the big inaugural. Is that the
It's
correct
close
way?
enough. They know what you meant.
Okay, yeah, I'm just a vato from Southwest Detroit, homie. Anyways, that they threw a microphone in my face. Anyways, this is our big show, and of course, not only do I roll right here, cruising with my homies, the one and only AT Huck, my partner in crime, my ace in the hole. But man, we also brought along Bobby Rocks, who's gonna be rocking with us.
What up?
And of course, you know, in future, you'll be hearing from Carlito, you'll be hearing from Santana, you'll be hearing from everybody. But it's always the Cruising the Barrio crew, right, Huck?
That's right. That's right. We're the crew, man. I miss Cruising the Barrio so much, but you're going to get that flavor right here.
Damn right. Now, check this out. So, we talking about everything pop culture, everything day of life, and all of that good stuff while we are passing this blunt around. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about that I'm really pissed off about is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. Now, 8 inductees were announced yesterday. 1, deservedly so, the great Phil Collins.
Mm-hmm.
Will you agree?
Yeah, long overdue.
Exactly. You stole my words. Overdue.
Okay. Number 2, Oasis, the Gallagher brothers.
I mean, I agree they should be in contention. I mean, is this nominees or this
These are
is
inductees.
in?
Yeah, B, I don't know. I don't know that much about them, so I don't really have a comment.
Let me say this about Oasis. Oasis were the modern day Beatles. They really were, and they also said that they stole everything from the Beatles, which a lot of people never had the balls to say, but they did. Anyways, I consider that a good inductee. Now here's where I have a problem. And here's where people get upset with me. I love this woman. God, I love this woman. She gave me some of my greatest memories coming up as a teenager. She also owes me money for child support for the babies that I made to her music. Of course, I'm talking about the Nigerian princess, Sade.
Ooh.
Now, does Sade belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
You don't think so?
Before, I don't know, Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels? I don't know, Eddie Money, Styx. I mean, I'm just saying, and I love Sade.
I mean, who's coming up with the decisions to see who's going to be inducted?
Now we
Is
talked
this a
about
fan
this.
survey
Now we talked.
committee?
We talked about this. Now they put out the nominees.
Yeah.
And then they allow the fans to click on a fan site, and you can vote who you want in. But the industry takes 8 of the 25, and they say this is who's going in. Oh, and by the way, the leading, are you listening to me, AT Hook?
I'm listening.
The leading, who outvoted everyone 10-1. New Edition was snubbed. Was snubbed.
Oh, wow.
And they had the most votes. And by the way, New Edition doesn't deserve there either.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. New Edition is not the Temptations. New Edition is not the Four Tops. New Edition is not the Dramatics. Oh, and by the way, the Dramatics are not in either.
I love wrestling more than I love music.
You love wrestling more
That's
than
the
music.
thing. If they're going to let in non-rock and roll genres, first they need to address the title of the whole thing, but then they need to do it full swing. You know, they don't need to be so selective on popularity. If they're going to let in all genres, let them in.
True that.
Do they?
No, wait a minute.
Are there country artists in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
There are a handful, and one of them returned her Hall of Fame trophy because she said, I've never made a rock and roll song in my life. And that's the great Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
Now, yeah, but there are some. And the other inductee that I had a problem with this year was in one of my all-time favorite groups. I'm talking about, man, I mean, guys who really changed rap, East Coast rap. Wu-Tang Clan is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And again, I don't think that
They should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
no, I think they should be in the Hall of Fame, the Music Hall of Fame. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but we talked about that, and we said that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is more like it's a music Hall of Fame now without changing their name.
Right, and
You know?
and
you
it's
think they should just go ahead and change their name.
indeed.
Let
Indeed.
me play devil's advocate, though, and say that rap music is a derivative of rock and roll because it's rhythm and blues in a different way.
No doubt, that's 100%. And again, like one of my all-time favorite groups of all time, man, are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I don't think they should be there. Not before so many others that came before them, and of course, I'm talking about Philadelphia's own Daryl Hall and John Oates. Which, by the way, those guys, if anybody does deserve to be there, I mean, these guys were great writers and everything. But, however, again, then I think of the groups that came before them that paved the way for them, and they're just not being even considered. Just like we talked about off the air. If, let's say, Patti LaBelle, the Queen Belle, if she came up with a banger, once they seen the name Patti LaBelle on it, programming directors will stay as far away as they can.
They just don't think she's marketable anymore to the younger generation.
No, and
that her
she's
music
not.
would not sell.
Right.
You know, and I hate that about music because music should be universal as far as age goes. You know, and like you said, if she put out a banger's a banger. You know, why does it matter that she's in her 80s?
And
If it's a banger.
Why is Wu-Tang getting in before Rakim?
Amen to that, too.
You know, and I was about to ask that. Is it a factor that, just like in wrestling,
Yes.
this guy, like Ivan Koloff, isn't in the Hall of Fame?
Unreal.
You know, some of that is politics, you know, as far as wrestling goes.
Indeed it is.
Is that the same thing in music?
Well, yeah, indeed, yes, because there was a guy on the board. I just read this recently. You guys will appreciate this. He was on the board of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame from the inception of it. And he had a personal beef with one of the inductees this year.
Mm-hmm.
This said person retired last year. And this year, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, with a long overdue, inducts the great Phil Collins, because this man said as long as he's alive, he would never be in the Rock and Roll. And he also said that about Motley Crue. They would never be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as long as he's alive.
There are some reasons why some people aren't in it.
Right.
You know, and do they hold back people purposely?
Oh, indeed. Indeed.
So that they can put them in at this time or at that time.
They do, and then the
because you can induct everybody,
right? And you know one of the crazy things,
even the ones that deserve it.
One of the crazy things, and I welcome you to look it up, Huck, and you as well, Bobby, and of course our listeners. Steve Miller, the Joker, the Steve Miller Band, a few years ago was inducted into the Hall of Fame. So he tells, everybody, man, we're going to Cleveland, blah, 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 blah. He's appalled when he gets there that his bandmates that are performing on this show as inductees of the Steve Miller Band has to pay for their loved ones to come. Oh, and guess what? Each ticket is $10,000.
Holy shit.
Wow. And he went off. And I like I said, I urge you to take a look at his post interview after he won the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He went off. He was like, this is fucking bullshit, man. And it is. I mean, come on,
that's
man.
crazy.
That's
crazy. But prices are just crazy anyway. Just like in WrestleMania, the tickets are just outrageous if you actually want to go to WrestleMania. How can people afford this now?
Dude, let me tell you this. Let me say, I'm going to get back to WrestleMania, but I want to close out this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing. Luther Vandross was also inducted this year. No, Luther Vandross is one of the greatest R&B soul singers of all time. Mm-hmm. And he most certainly needs to be on the Mount Rushmore. But Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Well, like we keep talking about it though, Rudy. I think you're hooked. You're stuck on the name of what the organization is.
I am. I am because I feel like it's not fair.
Because these people musically deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Luther Vandross, like you said, he deserved to be in the Music Hall of Fame.
Indeed.
And that's what this really is now.
Okay.
They just haven't changed their name.
Okay, and maybe it's that time. Oh, and by the way, another group that most certainly deserves to be in, and they're being inducted for the first time, Iron Maiden. Man, I'm really happy for those guys. Man, those guys are legends. I've known them since I was a child. And they're iconic. Their mascot is iconic. Everyone knows it, I mean, and well deserved. Good for them, man. And I was really bummed out that the Black Crowes didn't get in this year. I thought they were going to most certainly make it, but they didn't. And the other most deserving this year, and I'm happy for him, is the great Billy Idol. Billy Idol is inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. First time balladeer, doesn't matter.
White Wedding.
Indeed.
That's my jam.
Nobody puts Billy Idol in a corner.
Damn right. Billy Idol can sing all he wants.
Hell yeah.
So, Bobby, I want to ask you, maybe okay, so I listened to this guy, and I've shared him with you guys, the Professor of Rock. And he's my favorite fucking podcast, period, bar none. He's one of the great, he's a great professor of music. He truly is, and I love his show. However, I don't like when he does these, where he'll say, I'm not allowed to say GUNS. Like, what the fuck, are we children here? Because YouTube will take it down. So you can't say LA Guns? You have to say LAGUNS
I hate
or
that.
GUNS and roses. What the fuck is?
Fuck.
What's the
Who's
world
that
come to?
sensitive?
Exactly.
who's
Is it?
who
Do you know
complains
if
about
there's?
that?
Do you know if there's like set rules of?
And you know what else I hate? I hate when people say unalived.
Oh, dude.
You can't say somebody got killed. You have to say they got unalived. That doesn't even
Dude.
come out of my mouth right.
Dude, or you can't say sexual assault.
S.A.
What the fuck? Or what are we, children? And it's crazy, man. I just don't get it. Are there a list of words we're not allowed to say?
Or phrases.
Bobby?
You can say whatever the fuck you want, and this is a trend.
What?
It is a trend.
No.
I mean,
Professor, how dare you?
he might not know. I think it's quite easily, a lot of people just believe, but there's a lot of YouTube content out there that's real, you know. I mean, if we make a documentary, we're surely not going to be saying SA and GUNS and unalived are, you know,
Right.
we're going to use real words.
And you
because-
know it's crazy too, because I'll listen to Jim Cornette, and Jim Cornette don't give a fuck. He says it all, and I'm like, how's he getting away with it? And this guy's not. And both have in the tens of millions of views.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it.
Hey.
According to these sources of information that we have nowadays, as long as you're using it in an educational or storytelling commentary or news discussion or even entertainment purposes, those words are perfectly allowed. They are not allowed to threaten someone.
Mm-hmm.
There you have it, man. Come on, Professor of
There you
Rock,
go.
man. Now, everybody, all of y'all out there listening, hit up Professor of Rock and tell him that's bullshit, man. And his number one student right here is calling him out.
Yeah, because we want to hear, you know, a much better LAGUNS interview.
Oh my God. It's like they're trying to create the new N-word.
Right.
All these new N-words. That's what they are.
You know who sucks? GUNS and Roses.
Right.
How
That's
ridiculous
crazy.
would we sound talking
Oh
like
my
that?
God.
I wouldn't.
I can't.
That would be
I
our whole
can't.
cause, would be to rally against that kind of censorship.
Yes.
This is
I'm
America.
not that great of a speller either, so
Right.
I'm not spelling words.
They always talk about guns in America. Well, what's the First Amendment? That's speech, and we're
Freedom
got to
of
defend
speech.
that
Indeed.
before
There you
anything
go.
else.
Indeed.
And we're definitely gonna be able to say the words that we want and the words that we need to describe.
Indeed. I agree 100%. Back to what we were saying though, because you hear of all of these people and they can't say this, and I'm watching some of these videos, and I'm like, why the fuck are these people talking like this? Why? And now you're saying it's a trend. Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, that is my assessment, you know what I mean, of it's allowed. Why do we got all these people doing it? Because it's either trendy or they're misled. So,
Right.
You know, but the thing is,
It's not because they think that certain people are sensitive to those terms.
it might be. That might be.
Well,
a
if you're
third option.
sensitive
what I
to those
thought.
terms, then don't fucking listen to this.
But I think it's cringy. I think it's cringy.
Right.
And I think it.
Right.
I'm not defending it at all. I'm just saying
No,
I think
of
that's
course,
what they
you
think
know,
they're doing.
but I
because
would
somebody's
rather
feelings get hurt.
I would
Now-
rather someone
Because they experienced
someone
a
speak to
essay
me as
or
an
whatever.
adult. You know,
I'm gonna lay it out here, though. I'm gonna have to say it's different than what you said, though, because I'm still gonna say the N word out of respect and not say the word. Do you want to debate it? You always want to debate it, Hug. I still think
Huck said I could say it anytime I want.
You know, I don't feel that you shouldn't be able to say nigger.
but
I don't feel that you should call someone that. It's a difference. If you're having a conversation,
it's-
about let me finish, about history.
Yeah.
And I think if you were to be describing a certain event, say Huck, back when they used to call African Americans niggers, I wouldn't have take that to offense.
Now, what's the problem?
But instead of calling someone that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just the way you use the word.
What's the problem with me coming in and saying, hey, earlier I heard someone call so-and-so the N-word, and me not saying the word?
I wouldn't
There's nothing
care.
wrong with that.
I wouldn't care if you said it in that
You
context.
said before you didn't like how people say the N-word, as in that phrase itself.
Yeah, I don't like the, I don't think you need to say that.
Right, okay.
It don't need to be said.
Yeah.
So what's a better way to say that someone dropped the N-bomb?
Who gives a fuck?
Exactly. Shit.
Really?
Say what you
say.
You with your brothers here, bro.
Right.
What you're saying.
Like I
You're
said,
with your brothers
you're
here.
not calling somebody that. Say, look at that nigger. In a degrading way. You're using it to describe a situation. And it is what it
You
is.
say it the wrong way, it might be the last time you have teeth.
Right, because
because
everybody
let me-
doesn't feel the way I do about
Because
it.
let me say this, coming up in Southwest Detroit in the 70s and 80s and 90s even, man, I used that word like that was my homies.
Yeah,
This is who you was.
Like Tone says it all
He
the time.
said Tone
Tone says it all the time.
all the time, all the time, and he
I'm
always
right there, and I don't give a
right,
fuck.
and he's like,
he didn't say Huck, you motherfucking
right, of course, because he loves you,
right,
your family.
and I know how he was using it.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. I mean, and that's culturally how
That's
we
just
we're
culture.
brought up,
Yep.
But-
It's not used in a racist way.
Right,
You
right. Because you can get fucked up for using it in the wrong way.
Yeah, well, yeah, you were about to get down a few weeks ago.
You know it, man.
Hey, let's
you
put it
know
this way. If you go on YouTube, you can find your local news, and I guarantee they don't change their broadcast to change any words. They're saying guns, they're saying murder, they're saying other things. They probably still wouldn't say whatever.
I would like to say that, here at Real Talk, I like to keep it an open forum where we can openly discuss things. We're three men right here. We're three men. Think about this. All three of us have experienced childbirth. We've watched loved ones die. We're divorced men. We've all had that same pain. And, the thing is that I always want people to know that they can come to this forum without any judgment and say, hey, man, you guys lived through this, man. What happens, man? Because there's a lot of questions as a 55-year-old man I still ask myself every day. Like, wow, man, when does this loneliness go away? When the fuck does it go away? I mean, crazy shit. And the thing is that and most certainly I'm loved, and I know I'm loved, man, by two men sitting right in the same room with me, by the way, aside from all the others. But, still that the devil's always on your shoulder saying, Rudy, man, no one cares. You're just here by yourself, man. And that's when you got to lift yourself up and say, man, fuck that. You know what? Someone does care.
Mm-hmm.
Someone does care. I can get on the phone and say, hey, Bobby, man. Hey, man, what are you doing? Nothing. Hey, man, you mind if I talk to you? Bobby wouldn't never want you. You wouldn't.
Of course.
Man, you'd be coming to pick me up. I know you guys.
But let's go.
But what I'm saying though is I'm blessed to have that support team.
Yeah.
A lot of people ain't, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the people that you need to look out for. And those are the people that you need to reach out and ask them, hey, is today good for you, man?
Mm-hmm.
Check on people, man, make this world a better place, man. I mean, they're already making it fucked up. They're already making it so that we're the biggest heels in the world. The biggest heels.
Right.
And we teamed up with
That's
the
it.
biggest
That's the other day.
heels. Like, I can't even believe it.
We're the bad guys.
But let me say this before we leave on this episode. episode 1. First off, I want to thank everyone for coming and hanging out with us. But before we go anywhere, I do want to say thank you, and 110% thank you to the sold out standing room only international big time wrestling show the other day at Taqueria El Rey. What a dynamite show. AT Huck, we have new tag team champions.
That's right. The Den versus the Pillars, and man, what a match that was. And the Pillars were able to come out on top, and they're the new international big time wrestling tag team champions. MM3 and Tommy Vendetta.
What a match. And you know what? I've seen still photography of those guys flaunting the belts,
pictures, man. Damn,
flaunting the belts at XICW.
I haven't seen them.
And I know that the Den are really pissed off about that.
They're hot.
They're heated. They sent me the picture. I was like, oh, shit. They're like, somebody's getting fucked up. I was like, oh, hey, man. Next show, we'll see you June 13th in Ypsilanti.
That's right.
We're coming. International Big Time Wrestling.
Putting it together.
And all I know is the Den was not the only thing people were talking about. Somebody else came back, and they were looking for something that was theirs once.
Oh, that's right. H5, man. He came back, and, man, he took it to Roddy Suavino after the match. They said he's a paper champion, and Father Marquise and the other congregation members right behind him, and they really took it to Roddy.
Let me tell you something, man. Father Marquise is by far one of the top 7 independent wrestlers in the Midwest today. And I'll debate anybody on that.
I agree.
I'll debate anybody on that. That man is a gift, and I'm glad that he brings his gift exclusively to international big time wrestling.
He does, and he's a locker room leader as well.
You're damn right. He comes all the way.
Him over.
He comes all the way in from Atlanta, Georgia, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. He's been getting down there too.
Hallelujah.
Indeed.
He said he's getting down.
Indeed.
Doing his thing down south.
So we'll be giving you more information about that coming up in the near weeks, about the big return for international big time wrestling and all the good stuff we got going on and what's coming up in the near future. Before we do that, I also do want to invite you to visit our friends over at Throwdown Theater, throwdowntheater.com. Get those wrestling cards, man. Oh, the other day, man, we gave away a ton of chic, bloody cards, man. Man, what a treat. What a treat.
Man, I got to get mine. I didn't get mine, Bobby.
What a treat.
We're going to hook you up.
All right. I need it.
So check this out. You need it too. So go to throwdowntheater.com. Get your commemorative wrestling cards from Detroit's Big Time Wrestling. And while you're there, check out the t-shirts and all the cool shit that's over there as well. Shout out to each and every one of you guys for hanging out with us. Bobby Rocks, any goodbyes?
Goodbye, world. We'll see you next time. Always stick around because it's always going to get better when you tune in with us again.
Nice.
AT Huck, anything you'd like to say?
Man, as always, man, I have such a good time hanging out with you guys, man, talking all this shit that we talk about. You know, we really get down. We go all over the place. We start here. We end up somewhere else. But it's all off the top of our head. It's from our heart.
Indeed.
It's not something we sit down and write and that we think about. It's all spontaneous.
Yes.
And we do a good job at it, man.
Yes.
We do a good job. And thank you for tuning in. Once again, this is Real Talk, formerly Wrestling Real Talk, but we still will talk wrestling. We can't help it.
Man,
it's a part of who we are. That's what we do. Like I said, wrestling lives rent-free in my head, so I have to talk about it. It's what I do. It's what I am. But I love music. We talk about music, man, and I'm trying to dust them off, man, so we get back in there and do that record roulette this summer, man, where we pull out the jams, man, just arbitrarily listen to whatever we pull out.
We're going to do it live on Facebook.
We have to do it live.
We're going to do it live on Facebook. You guys watch.
I have several hundred.
Several thousand.
albums.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think it's several thousand.
Bro,
We're all
Several
family.
hundred.
Even though we
Sick,
aren't
man.
blood,
Right.
we
Can
all
you
come from
count-
the
Including
same
the
roots.
45s.
Dude, you got so many,
That's not
man.
several thousand.
Dude, I'm trying. Okay. All right, man.
Stay tuned and we'll
We'll
Let's
see.
find
We'll
out.
see.
That pot's
We'll
good,
dust
huh?
them off and we'll see what we got. But we have so much fun doing that. I'm looking forward to that. But looking forward to Real Talk. We got a lot to talk about. And I'll see you next time.
Episode 1, ladies and gentlemen, are under the belt, man. Thank you guys so much for joining us, man. We are going to be doing so much cool stuff right here on Real Talk. That's right. So if you see Wrestling Real Talk, just click it, share it, tell your friends, tell your family, you know, that this is a cool pop culture show with the wrestling on top. And we're proud to be able to present this to you guys. And we thank you guys for rolling with us. And we thank you guys for continuing to remind us that we matter to you. It really means the world to us. It means the world to me. You know what else means the world to me? Is my God, my Father God. Thank you, God, for all you do for me and all the blessings you give me, including all of these listeners. Ladies and gentlemen, you know how I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you with these wise words that God left me once, and I just continue to share it. And those words are, we are not here for a long time. Don't you dare think we are, because we're not. But we are here for a good time. So be good to one another. Take care of one another. Peace and love from God above. A.T. Huck.
Peace.
Out.